Hello everyone, this is PX Mr. Collector. Welcome to another episode. Finally, episode number 5 of Comic-Con. Yes, my own Comic-Con. And I am so stoked because this episode is going to blow your mind. Hey everyone, this is Peter Zay. Welcome. Yes, I know you're like, hasn't Comic-Con passed for a bit now? Yeah, true. That is true. However, we're now getting a lot of those figures that they showcased. So that's what this is about. And I am so stoked because I'm gonna start off with a bang. Ooh. That's right. So I literally just finished watching the episode of Cold Slither. Yeah, totally get it. I am really excited about my collection, even more so because I that episode was so great as far as how I want to display my new collection. Yeah, so let's start there. Let's start out with G.I. Joe. Wow, G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe is like non-stop greatness. Yeah, they are like, whoa, and we're like, oh, yeah, right? Because it is awesome. It's awesome. So, yeah. The Arctic Rescue Vehicle is so cool. And the fact that it comes with the 2 figures and the story behind it is pretty cool. So yeah, I was stoked about this. So of course, Snake Eyes. And then you had the Blind Woodsman. Yeah. He's a survivalist and then he's a commando. Survivalist, commando. Right? Yeah, Snake Eyes sacrificed himself to save his team from Cobra's men. He braves the Arctic with a radioactive canister taken from the cave. The Blind Woodsman rescues Snake Eyes from a polar bear attack. With no time to waste, he calls on his snow dogs with his sleigh in tow. Right? Then the woodsman transports Snake Eyes back to his lair, and nurses him back to health using leaves and herbs. Yeah. So this is the follow-up to Snake Eyes and the Polar Bear. Right? So yeah, so I'm digging that this scale and the sets for this is pretty cool. But I also love the fact that this scale, which is part of my Rattler, is so fantastic as well. So yeah, it's like two entirely complete different playsets. And yeah, and they're both just as cool. I know. It's all about space. But this is pretty cool. Comes with a couple of different head sculpts for the polar bear. Then there's for Pathway. He's got the arrow. He's been arrowed. Yeah, the the pink is pretty cool. Yeah, this is like a whole story right here. I love it. It's freaking great. Right. And there you have it again. I'm so happy. So happy. All right, so. I had showcased this, I believe, in one of my first Comic-Con episodes, right? Number 1 or 2. That one I kept in the box, and it was very special. The fact that my friend got it for me when she went to Comic-Con, awesome. Then I was able to, being a member of Hasbro, I was able to order one online. And it finally came in. And I'm talking about, of course, Coast Slither. Yeah, and I gotta say that this box is awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's got all the way around. Look at that. The artwork is so good. Right? And gem. So good. But then when you open it up, that is so fantastic. Right? Yeah. Their outfits, they with that drum set. Woo! So good. Alright, so there's Torch. Then you have Buzzer, Sartan, and Ripper. Coast Slither. Right? Yeah. And of course, I had to get the t-shirt. Couldn't resist it. Freaking love it. So stoked about being able to display Coast Slither now that I have one that I can unbox. I know how I'm going to display that. I don't know yet, but there's so many different options because that entire box is usable. It's exciting. Coast Slither. All right, my friends. Oh, where do we go from there? Where do we go? Yeah, so another thing that's been happening is the Invincible line. You know, it's hard to, I don't know about you guys, but it's hard to keep up with it because they throw out, you know, they put out a couple of figures here and there. So to keep up with the whole collection is I'm like, do I have this one before? And then I'm like, I checked and I was like, no, I don't think I have this one before, but I haven't seen this one before. So that's what I'm talking about, right? So this is, yeah, the Mala Twin Deluxe action figure. So I think I have Rexplode, which is, Yeah, and this line is pretty darn cool, and I like that packaging, right? I just have to look up to make sure that I don't miss one because I don't want to. Yeah, these are awesome. So, Invincible, right? Then the other one that I couldn't pass up is this one, Jocklaw. This is by Hasbro, Marvel Legends, and is from the Inhumans. And I believe that there was a series, once a season of the Inhumans, and I remember watching it, and this was actually my favorite character. Um, but I wish they would have gone further, and obviously there was no season 2, right? But yeah, it could have been really cool. And look how cool this is. Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Launcher's even bigger than that, right? Yeah, the graphics on this box is awesome. Yeah, and I haven't pulled him out, so I have no idea what he looks like. And this does not have a window, so yeah, but he is ha. That's one hefty dog. Look at that. Obviously articulated. You can stand on all fours. Right? It seems that this changes when he has his power. Right? So there's an accessory there. Her accessories are her hands. Yeah. Marvel's Crystal Lockjaw. Princess of the human royal family. Woo! Right? Yeah, that artwork is great. Yeah. Right? Crystal Lockjaw. Nice. Right. Yeah. When I was turning on my lights behind me, over on this side here, on top, I was looking at my Game of Thrones collections, and I gotta say there really are some really great figures of Game of Thrones in that collection. I want to say there was 3-0. Don't quote me on that. But when I saw this, by Funko, Game of Thrones from the Legacy Collection. This is Drago, and I couldn't pass it up because, let's face it, he wasn't around long, but he was powerful. Yeah. So yeah, I wish they would have made a 1/6 scale figure of him, and if they did, I definitely missed out on him. But glad that I got this. Right? Yeah. Yeah, great face sculpt actually. Nice. Right? And then, of course, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That line is like, ooh, so delish. So, this is the ultimate April O'Neil. Now, I previously got a different April O'Neil, and she was either Latina or African American. But I knew that I had ordered the white girl. So I was like, well, did they do a remake? You know, like they do with television, they do a remake, and then they made her black or Latina, because it was a little confusing. I'm like, why is she white? Oh, was she originally white? And then it's like, why is she any other color? I don't know, but that's cool. And I love this box. Yes, you see, it's like TV. So great. Oh, that's cool. right? Yeah. I felt like I had to have her with her. I think there's a stack of movies, possibly. I love her purse. Her expression is a little dumbfounded. Her hairdo is something else. Yeah, yeah. Right. So good. Mm. Yeah, what about the gargoyles? Woo, the gargoyles. That collection is also growing, and that's a collection you definitely have to have space because they have wings, right? So, however, the collection is sweet. This is by NECA, and of course, Gargoyles is Disney, and uh, NECA. I mean, let's face it. All you got to do is NECA, and you're like, quality, great artwork, great articulation, great weight. I mean, great figure, and this is no exception. Um, yeah, so good. So this is Hudson. Ha. Oh yeah. How about that? Oh, Hudson doesn't look happy. Yeah, he does not look happy. Right? Yeah, and then then I get into this wing spread. That's some space there. Yeah, and I gotta say that, the fact that this one looks as good as it does, it's like, oh, what else? Which is the second one that I should get? Because that looks good. That looks good. And I could take with a couple of more buddies. Ooh. So something to look into. And from what I understand, it's not a cheap collection. So think about that. If you want to start something new. Ooh. All right. Let's do an unboxing. Yeah. This came in and I have no idea what it is. I have a feeling why I know why I got it because he's an astronaut. And if you have followed any of my videos, you will know that I love astronauts. And I have my nice little collection, which actually started out with G.I. Joe. So this is If I Only Knew, because it's not in English. So I know, isn't that great? Love the artwork on that. Yeah, and it seems that I believe there's only one figure in here, but they showcase on the artwork too, right? Yeah, really, really cool. And yeah, because all it says is collection. Yeah, it doesn't say the name of it, but I have a feeling that it's just him. So let's find out. Ooh, hoo, hoo. This is always exciting. Let's see. All right, so it comes with a booklet and some artwork and a card. And actually, the card is really cool. See that? now. Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay, I'm cracking up because I already have some really favorite things in here. Oh, this is so cool. So I didn't notice it before, but there it is. One of the characters is literally a cat, a black kitty. And the black kitty, I'm going to pull on because I don't want to drop anything, and I definitely don't want to drop the kitty. But look. That is so great. Oh my God, I could almost see him come to life. Yeah, in animation, of course. Wow. Comes with some nice head sculpts, and then it comes with this really cool backpack that has a window. I'm sure that it has to open somehow. I don't know how, but there's probably a way because it looks like, oh, it does. It has Velcro. It's a backpack, but once I said that, that's where you put the cat. Oh, so good. Yeah, and there's Velcro on the top so you can slip in there. And then the backpack. Right. Nice. Yeah, and that is white. So, right. Eye dimension helmet. It literally says that on there. Right. And then the dude. Wow. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is cool. It reminds me of my Damtoys. But no, check it out. Right? That's awesome. Yeah. Right? Nice articulation. Oh, yeah, he is way cool. Yeah, and I like his size, so I'm definitely going to be pulling him out and putting him with my other astronauts. And of course, it's all about that kitty. Yeah. Wow. Right? Yeah. That's pretty sweet. Nice collection. I know. So stoked. And I love all this artwork that it comes with, which is also why it reminds me of Damtoys. Yeah. Fantastic. 2025. Hmm? Wow. That was super cool. All right. I mean, that was cool. But what I'm about to show you, I think is super cool. Like, I saw the figure, I liked it, but I was not prepared for the size of box that showed up. And I was like, well, what's up with that big box? Then I opened the box, and this comes out, and I was like, oh, woo. It is so freaking good. I want to and I don't want to and I can't pull it out of the package. But it's the packaging, the whole scale of it that is really what blew me away. And the fact that the way it is packaged, you could really see everything. And then there was a surprise to it, which was like even better. Super, super better. Like, wow. Okay, so the Mutant Ninjas, yeah. Yeah, those teenagers. It doesn't it doesn't stop surprising us. It's like like this came in and it really had it blew me away because I was not expecting Baxter Stockman to be as amazing as he is. Do you see what I'm saying? Look, guys. Look. What? Yes. You see the size of this guy? How freaking delicious is he? Oh my God. His freaking weapons. The fact that he has his wings and his claws, his crab claws, his bug face, his jacket. Oh, right? I mean, he is freaking stunning. Yeah. And then the artwork on the packaging itself. So they are so freaking clever because here's my deal, right? So he's so freaking amazing that I could see why somebody would want to pull him out of this packaging, right? To me, I want to keep him in the packaging because it's the scale of the packaging that is so freaking amazing to me. Now, the thing that you have to be careful about these type of figures is that when they're that heavy, sometimes the adhesive doesn't hold. But I have a feeling that NECA is on it. Yeah, this. Yeah, this freaking blew me away. I mean, if you notice that, and by the way, I said NECA, but it's not NECA. This is Mondo. Yeah, sorry about that. Mondo. Mondo is kicking ass. Yeah, Mondo, I tell you that, like, they really, their quality and their creativity is incredible. So what blew me away about this, so if you notice there's this tissue paper, I'm like, why is it tissue paper? So when I went to like see what that was about, I realized that it was in between something. So it turns out that, oh, by the way, check out the back. And that's the way I feel about the Ninja Turtles. There's just so many, that in many collections it looks just like that, and that's not what I want to do in my collection. I mean, it's amusing and it's amazing, but I want to see some of these characters as clearly as possible, and this is one of them. Right? So when you pull this unbox it, one of the things that is careful as you try to be, and by the way, this is Nickelodeon, is that it will rip the back. It will rip the artwork in the back, and sometimes it's painful. And I try to be careful, and it's like good luck with that. So what they did, Mondo, is that they gave us a second one. How freaking cool is that? Yeah, and it's great sturdy cardboard. So for you to use this as a display, amazing, right? Genius. So it is the exact artwork, the exact same thing as what you get with the figure. The exact same thing. They just gave you an extra one, right? See, the back is the same. That is so freaking cool. I've never seen anybody do that. And that is awesome. Right? So yeah. Alright, so that was really cool. And as you know, these figures aren't cheap, so when you get an extra perk like that, it's like, oh yeah, that's special. Right? And that's right. And the fact that they gave you that extra, you could really see the artwork clearly. And that way you're able to keep your figure in the package as well, or destroy it. Wow. I know, that's special. Right? Woo! I know, Comic-Con. Kicking hours. I need a sip on that. Mm. Can it get any better? Ooh, I think it can. Let's see. Wow. All right, let's go to the multiverse. Yeah, DC. McFarlane. Boom, 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 boom. Non-stop. Boom, boom. Right? Explosion. Every time. Every time. And every time I like look, my McFarlane figures are like more and more and more. So it's the Batman Classic TV series from 1966. I finally got Alfred. Yeah, because with the phone, his little duster. Yeah, really cool. Alfred right? Nice. Mm. Green Arrow, Connor Hawk. Totally modern look to this figure. I love his expression. Yeah, this is really nice. Check out Green Arrow. Right. Yeah, that is great artwork. Look at that. Nice. Hmm. Right. And then what about Alfred Pennyworth, played by Jeremy Irons? Versus, so this is from Batman and versus Superman: Dawn of Justice. Haha, so great. Yeah. Yeah, here he has his handyman apron and tools. Right? Yeah. Go Alfred. Mm. Totally two different kinds. And you look, you see one with that, you know exactly which one he belongs to, which series, right? Or which movie. All right. Oh, what about Lex Luthor and Baby Kaiju? Which is so good. Yeah, it comes with 2 extra head sculpts, and to be honest with you, there's not much difference in all 3 head sculpts. Like at all. Yeah, it's a little odd, but there's not much that much difference as you can see, look. Right? Yeah, yeah. Anyway, the artwork on this is pretty cool. And that is really super cool. Yeah, so I saw the movie and it didn't blow me away. I wanted it to so bad. There were some things about it that I thought were really cool, but yeah, it didn't blow me away. Do I love this guy? Not really sure. You know, I want to say that when I saw Henry Cavill, he blew me away. Like immediately. I was like, oh. So I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. Yeah. Yeah. I had to watch it again. Yeah. I really do love the artwork on this. That's so great. Right? Display that in your cabinet. That's nice. Nice. Mm. Superman. Yeah. Love the cloth cape. Very nice size. So good. I think that the head sculpt is a little older, right? Because he did have a young freshness about him. I'm hesitating because there's so much greatness that I'm like, which one do I show first? Right? So Spidey. Across the Spider-Verse. SH Figures. Bandai. Namco. Spider-Man Noir, which I love. Yeah. And Spider-Ham. Yeah, comes with a few accessories, but I love that attitude. It's so good. Right? Yeah. Love. Yeah, and I have a Spider-Ham in my in the display gallery. And I like the packaging of this one. Most likely I'm not gonna pull them out of the box. But happy I got it. Oh, my friends. Interesting stuff happening with Spider-Man. Just like when I thought, okay, we're like easy on done. Like they keep throwing stuff at us, and I'm like, what now? Spider-Man 2 from the video game. I wasn't gonna get them, right? But then I was like, well, I have quite a few Spider-Man, and they're all different. So his difference had to happen, because there was one Spider-Man that came out that I didn't get, and I kind of regretting it. That's Punk Spider-Man. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep my eye out for him, because I think he needs to be in the collection. Since I have all these other Spider-Mans, why not? And this is no exception. Yeah, simple figure. Comes with a few accessories that are pretty cool, right? But I basically have him in a museum pose, and with the other collection, he looks pretty darn cool. So he's not even in the box. He is out and about playing with his friends. Right? Yeah, and as you can see in the photo, he looks great. He looks great. Yeah, so awesome. Yeah, Hot Toys. Yeah. Ching ching. Okay. What about Deadpool and Wolverine? Kidpool. Yeah. Another figure that I almost didn't get, as a matter of fact, Lady Pool. There was another one. I X'd her, didn't want her. I don't regret it. And I almost X'd this little guy. But then I was like, well, I like the fact that he comes with that sofa. And the sofa was a really cool accessory. And then I also like his size. And I was like, all right, I think I'm going to get him. But what I really like about him is that part of his accessories are his 2 water guns. And that is so fantastic. So they're keeping it as kid. You know, he's all safe. He's not playing with real weapons. And that is great. Look at him. Right? Yeah. So I have him posed like this for now, but I'm not exactly sure how and where, how I'm going to use the sofa yet. Right? But this is great. And this is also really great because it's a little backpack with the swords. There you go. Right? Nice. But what really sold me, like I said, is the sofa. Yeah. So, and I believe there is also a different rendition of this, which the sofa there is like here. I believe there's a peg that you could remove, and then you could insert. It's on a pole. The head, the head. I forget his name. That comes as an extra accessory, but I have him with Deadpool. So the fact that I don't have him on this, I'm totally okay with it. But that is, I think, one of the options. Okay, so, but this is really cool. And what's great about this, even though it does take some real estate, right, because it is bulky, you're at least able to sit 2 figures, maybe 4, right? Yeah. So I think that gives you great versatility as far as posing. Nice. 2025. Oh. Alien Romulus. This is the suspended lab xenomorph. And I mean, if you have like the right place to showcase this, especially hanging from the ceiling, wow. Wow. Like if you could suspend this is awesome, but I could not resist it because I thought it was so unique. Look at that. So good. I mean, yeah. They got, even in the box, it has that feel of the movie. Right? Yeah, look at that. So good. Yeah, this is some creative stuff. Wow. That is good. That is so good. So stoked about that. Nice. This next guy that I'm gonna show you, I had to like look up the size of it again, and I was like, yeah, I think that's correct. And then kind of forgot about it. Then it finally showed up. And I freaking love it. And what I freaking love about it is the artwork on and in the box. Freaking awesome. Of course, his scale is great. Though he also captured the head sculpt is really good. And I'm talking about Batman 66 from the classic TV series. This is 1/4 scale. So not only is he tall, but he's got some weight to him. He's got some really cool accessories. Yeah, he's a tall guy, and it's got the Adam West head sculpt, which is so fantastic. I freaking love it. So whether you could remove his cowl, I don't know. There is a possibility, possibly. And if that's the case, that will be super awesome. Yeah, like I said, the artwork inside the box is Really fantastic. I love that whole comic strip look. But check him out. Yeah, see the artwork in there? You see that? Look at that. That is so great. And then there are the accessories. Okay. Oh, so good. Love that. Yeah, they don't show him with his cowl off, so I'm not sure if you can, but so good. Awesome! Woo! Wow. This here. Silverhawks, Copper Kid. Oh my goodness. Hey. Yeah, right? He's pretty cool. And that is amazing. And I love that. Great effect. Right? What's really cool about this, so he comes with different head sculpt. One of them is totally, a helmet covered the face. He's got wings, and then he's got his eagle, his hawk, which also comes for his arm to rest on, and then one in flight. Right? That's pretty cool. Awesome. But what's the best part of it is oh my god, his space racer. Oh, so good. Love, love, love. Look at that. And then, what? I know. Just when you think of any better, they throw this at us, right? This is so fantastic. And this is by Super 7. Yeah. Another freaking great company. So, love that. Wow. I know. I'm telling you, it's like super Comic-Con time. I told you. All right. Escape from New York. The Operation Guide. Because this is the Operation Guide to the 6 scale figure. And this is freaking awesome. I mean, the workmanship that went into just this is amazing. Oh, oh. What? Yeah, they show you. Oh, oh, oh. I know. That is so freaking good. And this is Asmus Toys. Table of content. I'm telling you, the magazine is freaking awesome. Gives you what each part is and what you get in the box. Right? And then gives you different ways to move his eyes, how to take care of him, right? And so on. freaking amazing. Right? Then, so Snake Plissken. Yeah. Snake Plissken. I remember seeing the movie too, and it was so long ago, but I freaking loved it. So there was Escape from New York, and then I think there was Escape from LA. I can't remember. I think there was the second one. This here is pretty cool. So, right. Yeah, that in itself is awesome. Look at that. So it comes, this box is actually, you could use as your diorama for the backdrop. But as you can see, this is freaking bulky box. So I don't know how much space you have. I myself can't do it. But I love this DX style that they did for this. And on here, there are 2 Velcro patches because you could actually take the sign of the Escape from New York and put it on here as part of the backdrop as well. I used it in the to showcase with the figure. And then this is a magnetic box. It opens up to that deliciousness. Right? You can see that's pretty big. Ooh. Right? And then, of course, this opens up like that to reveal more greatness. Right? So this is what the magazine came in here, and then that is the warranty. Right? Yeah. Awesome. Love, 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 love that. Right? Yeah. Beautifully embossed. Oh, I love that. Look at that. Ooh, so good. Right? And I had to put him in the display case. So as you can see in the photo, he was freaking amazing and so perfect there. That's a good one. One more. So this box shows up and I'm like, why is it so big? And then I realized, oh, well, it's a DX figure. So they normally just the box itself is only bigger, but there was something about this and I was like, So I started pulling stuff out and I was like, oh, I had forgotten about everything that it came with. And then when I put it together, I freaking like, wow. And of course, the lingering thought is, where the freak am I going to put it? And as I was putting it together, it's like, I don't care. I gotta see this thing put together and I gotta make sure that it works, and it freaking does, and it's freaking beautiful. And I am talking about the Joker. Wow. So this Joker I don't have any of, which is the Joaquin Phoenix with the red suit. But it also came with the stage set, which I was not expecting. Totally forgot that that was part of it. And they did an amazing job putting that together. I'm talking about Hot Toys, because they really blew me away with this figure. I love it. I freaking love it. And the fact that it's a stage with the seat, it gives you different options of who you could bring into play. But so good. Yeah, I really like what they have done with the artwork on the box. All right, put on a happy face. And as you can see, he is also not in the box. Yeah. Watch this video. Yeah, my friends, so, I am so glad you hung out to the end. Thank you so much for watching me. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Until next time, my friends, take care of yourself. See ya.